Well. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Chris and Amanda Show. And guess what, everyone? It is finally, because I feel like we've been talking about it for months, it is finally the 50th episode of the Chris and Amanda Show.
50.
Amanda Sharp, 50 episodes.
Congratulations, Chris Baglio. You've put up with me for 50 episodes.
What an accomplishment.
I know. People around the globe are applauding you.
Yes.
Give me a hand.
50 episodes. Yeah, no. I got to thank you for putting up with me. That's exactly my wife said to me, goes, I can't believe Amanda put up with you for 50 episodes. I go, I know. I can't believe it either.
We've mentioned this before, but this hour is like Chris and Amanda daycare for our spouses.
Yeah, it really is. I think we work it all out so that way they can cope with us for the rest of the week.
Absolutely. This is their break. Enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. Got a few friends checking in right now. Sean, what is up? Sean Dustin, good morning. And he's saying congratulations. Well, thank you very much. And unfortunately, it's just his Facebook user. But thank you. Good morning to you, too.
Absolutely. If you can chat in who that Facebook user is in the comments, that would be super helpful.
Absolutely. So that would be very, very helpful. But yes, thank you, everybody, for watching us live right now. We see a lot of people signing on. We appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with us every single Monday, as we do here, 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live version of the Chris and Amanda Show. But of course, we also love and welcome all of you who watch the replay of this over on YouTube. And of course, listen to the show, listen to the audio version of the show anywhere you get podcasts. We appreciate you. Thank you all so much. And a really great way for you to show your thanks and help to grow the show would be to hit that little follow and subscribe button wherever you're listening to the show, especially over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, as it will definitely help the show grow and help others discover the show. And hopefully you have as much fun with us as we have doing the show. And if you want to leave us a little voicemail and we'll play it on the show, like if you want to say, hey, congratulations, Chris and Amanda, on 50 episodes. We love your show. Or, man, I still can't believe that Chris doesn't like Uptown Girl. What is wrong with this guy? You can do all that. You can do all that by calling us, leaving a voicemail at +1 973 506 8009. +1 973 506 8009. You would think I'd remember the stupid phone number considering we say every single week. But no, I still have to look at it. More people checking in here. We'll bring those up in a second. But I do want to bring, so for our 50th episode, we were like, we got to do something special. And so what is more special than bringing on one of our dear, dear friends? Right?
Absolutely. I wiped a tear from my eye out of extreme excitement.
Yes. So let's bring him in. He's waiting so patiently in the green room. Here he is, Mr. Marc Ronick of Ronick Media. How are you, sir? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here. And this green room is really kind of lame right now that I'm in, considering I'm sitting on a floor. Yeah.
We are on a very tight budget at the Chris and Amanda Show. So to give Marc a better green room in future episodes, please go to buy us a coffee and buy Marc a chair.
Speaking of green rooms, one of the funny things is when I was waiting for the show to start, I get to see that countdown. And I guess maybe your audience does too. Yeah. But it reminds me, showing my age, but I think you guys can probably relate. It reminds me that the animation looks a lot like Saved by the Bell, the intro that the graphics that they use.
That's exactly it. Yeah. It's exactly why I chose those graphics. I was like, this reminds me of Saved by the Bell. I love this. So want to say real quick, thank you so much, Andrea, for checking in. Congrats on a big 5-0. And Michael Short, glad to be here. Well, we are so glad that you could join us as well, Michael. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. So we were like, well, we want to do something big. Let's have a guest on, because I don't think we've ever had it. Well, when we used to be on Fireside, we used to have some guests on and things like that. But since then, we really haven't had too many guests. So we are like, well, let's get a guest on. And who better than Marc Ronick from Ronick Media, who not only has been a friend and fan of the show, but he's also been a really great sponsor of the show as well. So Marc, real quick, before we jump into it, why don't you just let everybody know a little bit about you? I know we talk about you a lot on the show, but you know, in your own words, since you're here, might as well let you talk a little bit about who you are. Tell everybody who you are.
Sure. Well, and for those that don't know, the three of us met on Clubhouse in the podcasting morning chat room, and I think several of the people joining us here today in the chat, they are also part of that community. So really proud of the community. Thanks to, I guess, originally Amanda for starting that or leading that community. And now I guess I've taken that lead, but I'm so glad that you're there too. And both of you are there. And as for me, I've been podcasting for about 16 years now. I think actually this maybe even to the month, it's been about 16 years. And I decided a couple years ago, I had been a TV producer for a handful of years and kind of got tired of it. And really, I think it was more about the content because it was all about politics and I'm just not a political guy, but it was paying the bills. And I finally got to the point where I had had enough. And when the pandemic, well, actually right before the pandemic, I started a podcast production company. And then when the pandemic started, it actually really helped free me up to put my focus on the business. And, you know, where I was able to be home, I was able to kind of jump between the business and the job. And by the end of 2020, the job was no more. So I was able to go full steam ahead with the business. And now we've helped dozens and dozens of people start their podcast. We've helped a number of people kind of relaunch their podcast, help them take their podcast to the next level. And it went from being just a production company to a production and coaching company. We're now we're not only helping people with production. Some people just come to me for advice and want to build a strategy over a course of 6-8 weeks, whatever that looks like, and they bring me in to help them do that. So that's what I do.
Well,
you do it well.
Yeah, you do it very well, and we're very thankful that you are hanging out with us today on the Chris and Amanda show. So thank you again, Mark, and thanks for all your support and for everybody's support out there. So we have a really fun show planned, and so we gave Mark the keys to the kingdom, so to speak, today, and we said, Mark, you pick the songs. You pick the songs, and Amanda and I will give our thoughts and reactions to those songs. But I know that you picked some really good songs that, I mean, I listened to your list, obviously, and I definitely have some notes, but there's definitely a few really great songs on there that I'm excited to talk about. So Mark, why don't you kick us off? Let us know the song list that you provided for us this week.
Sure. Now you want me to go one at a time, I imagine, right?
Sure. Yeah, go one at a time. Go right ahead. That's fine.
All right. So a lot of people probably in the chat here and those who know me won't be surprised with this choice. And I felt an obligation to go with this one first. I chose Rainbow Connection by the one and only Kermit the Frog.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I know. I love it. So one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, and Kermit, one of my favorite characters, starting at a very young age. I remember playing with Sesame Street toys with my dad, and he would sit there and do all the voices of the different characters with the little figures that I had. I had the little toy house, and you could, play. And I remember him doing all the impressions, and I guess that stuck with me because I have carried that torch and tend to do a lot of different Muppet voices, but Kermit is by far my favorite. What I love about Kermit is he's a leader and he's leading a chaotic group of characters, and I love seeing him navigate through that and the adult humor that's hidden behind the children's story. It really hits home with me. So yeah, I chose Rainbow Connection.
Yeah, it is a really, really great song, and I'm really glad that you selected. I actually have still my original vinyl copy of the Muppet movie soundtrack.
Wow.
Which I was one of the very first few records that other than Kiss Destroyer. Probably the second or third record I think I ever bought was the Muppet movie vinyl, which is nice because that's like gatefold. It opens up. I mean, it's so old, it's completely falling apart. But yeah, that was one of my favorite film soundtracks growing up, other than Star Wars. And I grew up. I mean, pretty sure, I mean, Amanda, you're right in that age pocket. I mean, grew up watching the Muppet Show, you know, in prime time, which was awesome. And, you know, such a big Jim Henson fan. So I love this song. It really brings me right back.
So let me ask you, Mark, is the Kermit the Frog leading the chaotic group of people similar to what you do every morning in the clubhouse room?
Yeah, not quite as chaotic, but yes, it definitely, I think that's what it is I like to be a leader. I like to guide people. And although our cast and crew aren't quite as wacky as the Muppets, it's still there's something about it, I think, that I like to kind of emulate Kermit in any situation when I'm leading, because I think leading does need a little bit of humor sometimes too.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, I think that's probably a safe but maybe over exaggerated question or a statement there, Amanda. Yeah. But I want to, so you guys know, you've seen my reels, you've heard me doing my impression, and my friends over the years, you know, as the ones that have known me forever know that I do this, they, you know, once we all started having kids and they were introducing the Muppets to their kids, I would oftentimes get a phone call, Mark, can you do Kermit on for my kid, you know? So if you guys want, I will play a very short piece of, this is something from like 8 years ago. And happens to now be one of my stepson's closest friends that I did this with, but you know, he was probably like 6 at the time. I'll give you a little piece of it here.
Yeah.
Buckle up, friends.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Is this Kermit the Frog?
This is Kermit the Frog. Who's this?
Ben.
Hi, Ben. Is it your birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
What did you get for your birthday today?
I didn't get anything.
You didn't get anything?
No.
Aren't you supposed to get presents? I could get you a nice cake with lots of flies in it. Would you like a fly cake?
Yeah.
They're delicious.
There you go. There, I'll give you that.
The honesty of kids, not my party's later and I'm going to get gifts then. Right. 0 gifts. A little dramatic. I love it.
Yeah. Got no gifts. Nothing.
Nothing. My parents don't even love me.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You guys have another favorite, like another favorite Muppet song besides, because Rainbow Connection is an easy one. Everyone I feel like can say Rainbow Connection. Anything from the Muppet movie or other movies from the Muppets?
So I always loved the song. So there's 2 songs that I really like off of, well, they're Muppet. One is from the Muppet movie. So I always love Moving Right Along. I always love that one. And I also love from the Emma Otter's Jug Band Christmas, of course, which is basically Foxy Lady, just the lyrics turned to River Bottom Nightmare Bird. I love it. Love it.
Great answers. And Moving Right Along is definitely one of my favorite songs. It's a great road trip song.
It is. What about you, Amanda?
Well, so I'm going to jump to the Muppet Babies. And I love the theme song, Muppet Babies.
That's a great one. That is a great one. And a great cartoon, the original one. I have not seen the newer ones, I think. But yeah.
And Michael Short checking in with Not Easy Being Green. Yes. Good one.
It's not easy being green.
So great. I love it.
Song.
I love it.
Sad song.
So as I normally do on the show, I like to pull up a little bit of history or a little bit of facts about the songs as we talk about them. So of course, you know, as when Mark gave us these songs, I not only did I write down my reviews, my record ratings as we do, because you know we do part of the show. The big part of the show is that we review records on a sliding scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a dumpster fire of a song and 5 being like as if the angels came down from heaven with their harps and said, this is the song, the greatest song ever written. And
Absolutely.
You will love this forever.
Yes.
Wow, work of art. So, but here's some facts. So in case anybody doesn't know, if you've never heard Rainbow Connection, which if you haven't, definitely go over to the Chris and Amanda Show playlist and listen to that. But it was written in 1979 and written by songwriters Paul Williams and Kenny Asher for the Muppet movie, which also came out in 1979. And in the film, it is sung by the one, the only Kermit the Frog as the Muppets set out to find adventure. Little known fact. Well, I don't know. I didn't know this. So maybe Mark knew it though. But Rainbow Connection was entered in the Library of Congress National Recording Registry in 2021. In a statement attributed to Kermit the Frog, he said, "It's an amazing feeling to be officially become part of our nation's history. It's a great honor. I am thrilled to be the first frog on the list."
I love that he made an official statement.
He did. He did. I love it. And in a Song Facts interview with Paul Williams, he said Rainbow Connection was the first number in the Muppet movie. It was the one that establishes the lead character. We find Kermit sitting in the middle of the swamp. Kenny Asher and I sat down to write these songs, and we thought, Kermit, he's like every frog. He's a Jimmy Stewart of frogs. So how do we show that he's a thinking frog and that he has an introspective soul and all that good stuff? We looked at his environment, and his environment is water and air and light. And it seemed like it would be a place where he would see a rainbow. But also we wanted to show that he would be on the spiritual path, examining life and the meaning of life, which I just thought was great. I like that there's like, that much thought put into like this song. And when you really listen to the lyrics, it's like, it's just great. So Amanda,
Chris, can you name the first celebrity appearance during that song, and actually at the end of that song? Who was the first celebrity that showed up in the swamp?
Oh my gosh, I am blanking out. I'm blanking out. That's a great question. I am blanking out.
I wonder if anyone in the chat knows, because I'm looking at Amanda. Amanda has no idea.
You know me so well. I have no poker face.
It is a great question, and I am blanking out. Does anybody in the chat know? If you know, you have about 10 seconds to put it in.
All right.
And all right, go ahead.
It's Dom DeLuise.
Oh my God! Yes, that's right. Oh,
Chris knows everything.
Yeah,
I don't know if I knew everything, I would get that.
Yeah, he's a Hollywood agent, and he's paddling along, and he comes up to Kermit, and Kermit tells him to watch out for the alligators, and he said, "Wait, what? Alligators?" And Kermit goes,
"Alligators. Like, read my lips. Alligators."
There's a sassy little green little frog.
Yes.
Yeah, really. And this song has been covered a lot too. Actually, I made a reel just as I've been doing now on Monday mornings to promote the episode. I found Amanda's favorite brand, and Me First and the Gimme Gimme is doing a version of Rainbow Connection. But actually, believe it or not, there was a Carpenters version of this song that the Carpenters recorded, and they decided in 1980, but they decided to not release it until 2001. Richard Carpenter included on his record As Time Goes By. And in the liner notes for that release, he said, as with Leave Yesterday Behind, Karen's vocal on this track is a work lead, and the Singers Orchestra were added in 1999. Fans, knowing of the track's existence, have been writing me for years asking for its release, and I tried to be accommodating. So when they recorded it, it wasn't actually like the final lead performance of her doing the song. It was like the work lead, like just kind of working it out. So that's why they didn't release it. But basically he finally, all these years later, decided, what, I'm going to release it, even though it's not like sort of a finished version of the song. But I listened to it, and I'm like, it sounds good to me. It's Karen Carpenter.
I wrote it down to remember. I can't wait to listen to it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how much thought. I did look at songfacts.com and came across that same segment about how detailed and how thought out Kermit's song was going to be. And I was like, wow, that's just so much thought into a frog. And I know it was like an opening song and it had to be powerful, but like, wow, that's a lot of thought. It's a creative brain to go to all those different levels. And that's why people can write songs, and Amanda's here just talking about them. That's what I got. My favorite lyric of that whole song is, "Who said that every wish would be heard or answered?" I just think that is such a powerful line.
Yes.
And sometimes our wishes are not answered and something better comes along. So it's a sweet song. I really like it.
So Amanda Sharp, on a scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being the one being a dumpster, 1 being a garbage pail that Oscar the Grouch would live in.
I was going to say a swamp, but
or swamp.
Yes.
Or 5 being, just Sesame Street in general, being a very fun, happy place to be, where the music is great. Where are you putting Rainbow Connection? 1 to 5 records.
I am going to put Rainbow Connection at a 4. I don't feel like I hear Angel singing, but it's certainly not a Oscar the Grouch dumpster fire, right? So 4 records from Amanda. Chris Baglio?
So my record rating for Rainbow Connection is a 5 record. This is a 5 record song for me.
Okay.
This is a perfect song. It's a perfect song.
Now Amanda looks like a jerk.
Well, no, you know what? It's just I there's definitely a lot of nostalgia behind it for me too. And I as I said, I love this. I love the Muppets. I love hearing this song. It takes me right back. And so I have to put that into my rating. I have to do it. It's hard for me to separate the nostalgia and the memories from this song. And I think though but I also feel like that's a great part of a well-written song, right? A song that's written so well that instantly you hear even the beginning of that like boom, done. So it's a 5 record song for me.
That's not too bad, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take those.
A 4 and a 5
with those ratings. So now moving on to his second song choice for us, which maybe he won't be as satisfied if we know Chris well. So Marc, what is your second song to us?
Yeah, I know from the Uptown Girl, this might be a little
the incident
controversial. I chose by Billy Joel, New York State of Mind. And the reason for that, there's a lot of reasons. For one, I just love Billy Joel. Secondly, Billy Joel was a staple on our car rides, our family car rides from Maryland to New York, because that's where I was born. That's where the majority of my family were living. So we would do a lot of those trips, and Billy Joel would always make the cut. Everybody in the car would enjoy it. And New York State of Mind specifically was chosen because that is my karaoke song. That's the song that I bust out when I'm at karaoke. And usually it's with a group that doesn't know me, and it just takes them back. It takes them back, I should say, when I do it. And I actually, if you guys want, I have a clip.
Yes.
Oh, yes. We need the clip.
We need the clip. Baby up.
It's too early for me to actually do it. So I will play you a short clip. This was from like 8 years ago, I think, from a company holiday party.
Okay.
All right. So here, I'll play a little bit.
I love that there's documentation.
Here you go.
Take a holiday from the neighborhood. Hop a flight to Miami Beach or to Hollywood. Woo! Now I'm taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. I'm in the New York State of Mind.
All right, is that good?
That is excellent.
That is awesome.
That was so good. We're probably going to get copyright striked because it was so good.
Just like Billy Joel, yes.
It's spot on. The algorithms will never be able to tell the difference.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. That was fantastic.
I'm looking forward to one day doing a duet with you, Amanda.
Oh my. Okay. All right. So promise me that is true.
It is true.
And Chris, maybe that because as our listeners know, Chris and I still have never met in person. So when we have our first in person on location Chris and Amanda show, karaoke will be involved, and Marc will have to be there, and we are gonna do it.
Love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, that was outstanding, Marc. Great job.
Great. So now
I cannot carry a tune at all.
We have to rate both versions now. So clearly that was a 5, Marc. Clearly.
Clearly that was a 5. So maybe better than the original. I don't know. I'm just
absolutely.
And I told you guys before we got started, I didn't want you guys pulling any punches. I wanted real answers here. So
I'm not pulling any punches
right now.
I'm not pulling any punches.
Real and raw with Amanda and Chris.
That's right. So Amanda, I'm gonna let you go first on this song.
The first thing I thought of when I saw this song was, oh my gosh, this show could go downhill depending on Chris's rating. So I was a little nervous. I was a little triggered, a little nervous by this choice, but I love this song. It's one of my favorites. And I did a little song facting myself.
Oh,
because as we've often said, it amazes us how some of the best hits are done in such a short time. And so basically, Billy Joel wrote this song in his little notebook on the way home. And as soon as he got home, he finished like the rest of the lyrics within an hour. Like, what? I can't even still write a jingle for our show. And here he's just like on the Greyhound bus going, this sounds right. What?
Just goes to show how talented he is.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I know that story too. And it's, he was moving back from Hollywood, which is also on the same record. So it's like funny. He's got the song moving from Hollywood to New York, doing New York State of Mind. And then he also has the song Back to Hollywood. I forgot the song, but then he's talking about like leaving Hollywood, which was also his home for a while. So it's like you've got two songs kind of about like moving and leaving and all that, about, coming home and leaving a home and all that, which is kind of funny on that record.
And I feel like anyone who has lived far away from home for any extended period of time really can feel this. And they just place like what the state is.
Yeah, exactly. I think so, for sure.
Yeah. So what about you, Chris?
So I know that, everybody's a little triggered from my last time we had Billy Joel on the show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal.
We talked about Uptown Girl, and as everybody knows how I feel about Uptown Girl, which is, I think it's a terrible song.
He, out of the kindness of his heart, gave it 2 records. Come on.
Out of the kindness of my heart, because I wasn't going to completely like firestorm that song. But I mean, listen, I'll give it credit because it was a hit. And so, how many hit songs has Chris written? 0. So, but as far as a quality of a song, I just don't think it holds up, and I don't like it. But okay. But I did say on that show, if you go back and listen, if everybody listens, that I said I will take 70s Billy Joel any day over 80s Billy Joel. I love the quality of his songwriting in this era. It just feels so honest and genuine, and it's just him like that. These are the songs to me that made Billy Joel. Like, these iconic songs, and not to say he didn't go on and write more and all that, but this version, the 70s version of Billy Joel is my preferred Billy Joel. And Turnstiles is a great record, released in 1976. It's really, if you listen to that record from front to back, it's all bangers. It's really a great show, really a great LP. So I love that this song was influenced by Ray Charles, who we've talked about on this show so many times. And I love that, Billy Joel also being a singer, songwriter, piano player, and he actually did a duet with Ray Charles back in 86 as well. So this was sort of like really inspired by Ray Charles. And I also love that there is also a Muppets connection with this song as well. Which, if anybody knows, Floyd from Floyd Pepper from the Electric Mayhem Band, he actually did in season 2.
Stoner dude. He's the stoner dude. He's like, he's got the real bushy hair and eyebrows. I see Amanda's questioning. That's why.
And if you go, and I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube, but you can watch Floyd's performance of New York State of Mind from season 2 of the Muppets. So another Muppets connection here, especially during that time, man. It's like hard. The Muppets were very much a part of pop culture, and it was very cool to have your song or be featured on the Muppets around that time.
There you go.
So
true.
It was definitely a thing. So all that being said, and having grown up in the shadow of New York City my whole life, and being a fan of all New York sports teams, New York State of Mind, it's a staple. If you live here, I'm in the North Jersey, like Manhattan's 30 minutes from here. Like if you grow up here, like, New York State of Mind, that might as well be like, one of the unofficial national anthems of the area. I mean, there's a few, there's like a top 10 list, but this is one of them. This song is a great song. It's great. It's a 4-record song in my opinion. I think Rainbow Connection, because of nostalgia's a better song. But this is a 4-record song for sure. It's a solid 4. Not put this song up against Uptown Girl any day.
Yes, then it should be a 5.
I mean,
like my record comes in.
I mean, geez, this song is fantastic.
It is an excellent song, and I'm giving 5 records with it.
Yes. So we got Lee Top Dicks. Lee Top Dicks. Vienna is best in my opinion. Very good. And Mr. Raphael De Furia, great friend of the show, check it in with 50. Woo! So
that seems so like blah compared to Marc singing.
I know.
So 4 records and 5 records. I love it. Not bad.
I don't feel as strongly as Chris about Uptown Girl, but I will say that I don't think it's one of Billy's best songs either. It's not really one of my favorites. If it's on, it's one of the ones I'll probably skip when it comes on.
Billy Joel doesn't even like this song.
Choice.
Billy Joel doesn't even like Uptown Girl.
Due to time restraint, we'll move on to song number 3 instead of Amanda going on a tangent. So, Marc, your third song to us was?
Okay, my third song, the name of the song is Shine. It's by a band called Black Gold. And the duo is one of the two happens to be my brother, Eric.
I knew it. I was going to bring it up. And I saw it and I go, this is his brother or cousin or something. I'm like, I knew it.
Yeah. My brother, Eric, they started this band back around, well, probably earlier, but this album came out, it's called Rush. It came out in 2009, I believe. My brother also was a touring member of Panic at the Disco.
That's right. You did tell me that. Now I remember. Yes.
He toured with them as their keyboard player and also sang backups. And his band Black Gold actually opened for Panic several times over one tour, actually an entire tour early on in Panic's career. So Shine, and this song also was an exit song for a season of So You Think You Can Dance. So, when somebody gets voted off, they play this song, they do the montage, and they play this song.
I can't dance.
Yeah, and I do have a clip I can play of something, but I know we're kind of tight on time, so
play it. Let it roll out.
Are you
Let
sure?
it roll.
All right, well, this is not Shine, but this is me and my brother singing another one of their songs that's not on this album called The Cure. And I'm only singing backup, but you'll hear me. I'm doing harmony with him. And
what a treat this morning.
Let me play this for you. Here we go. It's called The Cure. My brother is also influenced by Billy Joel a lot.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
Brother, I can tell by
That's it.
the look on your face.
We'll do another verse.
Something in your bright eyes is darker today. You don't need to hide it. Smile for my sake.
There you go. There's a taste of it.
That is awesome, man. You guys are a talented family. Jeez, what?
They're like the Osmonds.
What is in the water over in Maryland?
I never really pursued it. I never pursued anything musically. I mean, I tried, but I never stuck with it as a kid. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, my brother did, and he's a real talented guy.
So I think this whole song, I kept going, I know this song. Like, as soon as the next verse is going to be like, oh, yes, this is the song that I thought it was. And then it just kept surprising me. And I was like, nope, still don't. And so I really liked it, though. I'm going to be honest. This was my favorite song of the 4.
Awesome.
I thought it was fantastic. I loved the lyrics, and I felt very connected to them.
That's
So
awesome.
I didn't even research who this was for whatever reason. I researched the other stuff, but I didn't research who this was because I would have stumbled upon along the nugget that it's your brother.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the element of surprise that I just found out on the show. But this was a 5-record song in my book. So I can honestly, this was honestly my favorite.
Wow. Excellent. 5 records.
I felt very connected to this song, and I can't wait to listen to it more and more.
You skyrocketed to Amanda's charts.
Yeah.
I think I love that, Amanda. And I think that the lyrics are actually based. I think this song was inspired when my grandfather passed away, my mom's father. And this was kind of something, I guess, for my mom. I think as far as, I don't know all the details, to be honest, but I know it has something to do with my grandfather's passing and my mom. And
maybe that's why I love it. That's where the mom element into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel very similar. So I listened to the song and I was like, wait a second, I've heard this song before, but I couldn't place it.
Yes.
And I was like, so then I was like, all right, let me start doing, because and it sounded familiar and all that. And then I was like, wow, it was on a Valentine's Day soundtrack, which I know Valentine's Day has been played in this house.
Yes, it was in the movie Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it was featured in that. And then just the the quality of the voice and all that. And I was like, I feel like I'd heard it before. So when I found out, I did the research. But when I doing the research is when I stumbled on and I saw, wait a second, Eric Ronick. I'm like, Eric Ronick. Let me think about that. I'm like, wait a second. This is I see where this is coming. Like, I can't wait to ask you on the show. So I'm so glad you put out. But I did I didn't realize all the different things like Black Gold had been involved in as far as who they toured with and all that. And I started listening to more of this record actually. And this is right up my alley. Like, I love this sound and I think this song is really great. Yeah. The record for this, that this song is on, I think it says it's
called
Plans. What is it?
Rush.
Rush. Okay. All right. Yeah. Because I kept thinking it was Plans and
Reveries is the first track.
Okay, got it. So anyway, the record's great. So I highly urge anybody out there to go out and go listen to this song, because I think you're gonna really dig it. So this is 100% a 4-record song for me, but it will probably go up even more. Because this is my kind of music. So I really dig this a lot. And I know everybody's used to me talking about hard rock and metal and punk and hardcore, but there is a lot. I listen to a lot of music, and so this is definitely making my playlist. I'm actually surprised. I hadn't been listening to this more prior to you sending this to me. So I'm glad you did. This was really great.
Yeah, so that song was called, the song I played was not the song we're talking about. That was, the song I'm talking about is Shine. And the song that you just mentioned, Plans and Reveries, little hidden nugget, Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco does make a cameo appearance in that song as well.
Right. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to the whole record for sure.
And this is why we love doing this show, because we're exposed to music we would have never otherwise maybe heard of or listened to. So absolutely. Awesome. I feel like that would have been a great one to wrap the show up, but we have one more song to discuss.
One more song to discuss.
What is your 4th and final song to us?
So this song, I don't have any clips for, so it was surprisingly, but this song is called Rich Man. It's from my daughter. It's by my daughter. And she goes by Maya Nicole.
Yes.
Maya Nicole is her stage name. And yeah, this is one of her songs. She did this during the pandemic. It comes off of her 2020 album, and I forget the name. I think it's self-titled. It might be Maya Nicole. You can find it on Spotify. But yeah, Rich Man. I just love this song because her producer added a whole bunch of instruments to the track. It was originally more of an acoustic thing, and I just absolutely love what she did with it. Obviously very proud of my daughter, and I think she's extremely talented as well. And so yeah, I thought you guys would appreciate that one.
And how old was she when she did this song?
I would say probably 18. It was only a year or two ago.
So she's a baby, and I will dive right into it. So I felt I had never heard of Maya, and when I tried to search a little bit, I couldn't find a whole lot because I tried to just see what I could find. And so I'm fascinated that this is the story behind who she is. I think that is fantastic. And I can hear so much of like a baby in her. And so I feel like there is a lot of opportunity in her talented voice to become something as she gets older, because 18 is so young.
Oh yeah.
And I really enjoyed the lyrics of this song. I thought they were very, very powerful. The tune, did she actually write like the melody and everything and all
Yeah, she wrote the whole thing.
I can see it transpiring into something even like different down the road, because I think the lyrics and almost the melody don't align, because lyrics are so powerful. But I really enjoyed it so much. And so right at this time, currently, it's sitting, because you told us to be nice. Or not nice, like be honest, raw and honest.
Yeah,
It's
honest.
sitting at like a 3.5 for me.
Okay, that's good.
It's still a very good rating, but I feel like hearing her age in the story behind it, I have great hopes that is just going to continue to elevate, and I'm excited to see where it goes. That's fun.
And I totally appreciate and accept that. And I think that she would probably be annoyed with me that I picked this song because I like this. So I would encourage you, Amanda, to go and listen to some of her other stuff too.
I'm going to.
I think you'll hear some maturity in some of her other songs. And yeah, she's going to school right now for songwriting. That's her major, commercial songwriting. So
well done. Go Maya.
Yeah. So I have very similar thoughts to Amanda on this. And I did, Mark, I actually did go and I wound up listening to the EP that's up on Spotify where this song is. And so definitely check out the EP for sure. Because it is good. And what I hear is I definitely hear a really talented singer-songwriter with a lot of potential. You can hear, I can hear her influences a lot, and I think that's really great. And I think that, whoa, to be 18 years old and to be on that level of songwriting. I mean, I know what songs I was writing at 18, and they were garbage. they were total garbage. So definitely I listened to this and I go, and when I looked at her Instagram, like everything that's up on Spotify, and I'm like, wow, she's really young, and I wish I had that level of songwriting ability and talent at that age. And I think that as she continues to write, she is 100% just, it's nowhere but up for her. And I think maybe even too, like a really good collaboration with her, maybe a producer will really, really elevate her big time. So once again, it's all there. She's got the whole package. I think it's great. And I feel very similar to Amanda in that rating of a 3.5. I think it's very fair. And for her to be at this age and be at this level of songwriting ability already is wonderful. And yeah, she's just going to keep maturing and getting better and better. So I definitely dig it. I think it's really good stuff. And I can't wait to hear what's next.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to hear her next batch of songs. I imagine we'll be talking about her again on this show, and our ratings will definitely be going up. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, she's on the list with Joel, which makes it really hard to
and Rainbow Connection
3.5 this week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, that's true. And I'm just waiting for a day where I can come back and play a clip of me and her together singing. That is yet to happen. So I'm hoping it will one of these days.
That is so sweet. Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing that song and that story. Very special.
Absolutely. No, it was great. And I'm really, once again, man, there's something in the water. Talented family, man. I love it.
Thanks.
It's great.
My parents met. My father was playing in a band, and my mom was at the bar where he was playing, and that's how they met.
Wow.
Oh, so basically, to wrap up the show, it's clear that Marc has to come back for a part 2 of the Chris and Amanda show, because there's so much to unravel within this special guest.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're at the come back. Yeah, maybe we get Maya on the show, and Maya can maybe
absolutely, and your brother, maybe.
Yeah,
yes,
and your brother.
Absolutely.
Could do a whole Ronick family jam.
Yeah, right.
Love it.
That would be amazing. I'd love that. Well, I can't believe it, but we've come to the end of the show. I can't even believe time goes by so fast when we're having a great time, and that's it, folks. This is 50. This is what 50 looks like.
You make 50 look good.
Yeah, that's right. So we're really, really excited that everybody can hang out with us live today. Thank you all so much. Everybody in the chat who is participating today. We got John Pica checking in a little bit later here with Mark. It's entirely possible our kids know each other. We've got a bunch of other people jumping in saying congratulations, Chris and Amanda.
Jean
very talented family. Encore. We've got Nick, who we've identified as lead top ticks. Nick checking in. Raphael, Michael Short, Sean, Andrea, just a great group of people all checking in today. Thank you all so much for spending time with us live. If you want to join us live, you can. We are here every Monday, 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch us on Facebook and Twitch, but of course, you can watch the replay anytime over on YouTube and also listen to the show anywhere you get podcasts. Please make sure you hit that follow or subscribe button wherever you're doing that, and feel free to leave a comment or a review for us, as that also helps other people find the show as well. And a very special thank you to our guest who made our 50th party, our 50th episode party, Extravaganza, so much fun today. Marc Ronick, thank you so much for helping out and being a guest today, man. We really appreciate you.
Thank you guys, and congratulations. It's a big deal to hit 50 episodes, and I know you guys are going to keep going and love what you guys do. You guys have so much fun, and that's why I enjoy watching and listening to your show. So thank you for having me be a part of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Amanda Sharp, any last words?
This was super fun. Thanks for sharing all the stories, Marc, and we appreciate your time. And next time we will try and have a chair for you to sit in the green room.
Thank you.
Yes,
appreciate it.
We'll have some snacks or some breakfast.
We're moving up.
Maybe some donuts or something.
Something.
Please,
Yeah,
please.
We look world cheap right now.
Yeah, that's right. We're on a shoestring. Awesome. Well, thank you all again for watching and listening to the Chris and Amanda Show, and we will see you next Monday for our 51st episode.
There we go.
All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye.